Hey y'all, so I wanted to take some time today to elaborate a bit on kind of the small wins. And I know that if there's anybody here who is definitely a strong follower of like Neville Goddard, there's a lot of belief around that, which is understandable and I think attainable, that things can happen very quickly and that you can go from this kind of 0 to 100 really, really fast. And while I had success with 0 to 100 in many ways, and it was super exciting, and it's kind of what fueled my faith to continue working and trying at this stuff, there were other parts that maybe I didn't quite have that same kind of like 0 to 100. And it would be frustrating because I was like, I don't understand what's going on here. And when it comes down to it, it's truly about what we've talked about before, that you're changing your identity. And a lot of these, when you really sit down and you dig in deep and you're honest with yourself, you're most likely going to find, if you're truly honest with yourself, that the things you're struggling with are because you have not changed the identity. You have not changed the belief. And deep down, you're still holding on to something that's kind of continuing this loop within your life. And what I found started to really change this, at least for me, was to take a step back and say, okay, let me start pairing this with some other things that I can do. Let me start figuring out ways that I can maybe slowly make these changes, start recognizing them in my life, and just start feeling better about the direction that I was going. And what happens is that this is a very small but substantial shift in the way that you're viewing what you're doing when you're learning how to like consciously manifest. And you may have these, like I said, massive, huge things that happen, and that's fine. And it may come overnight, and that's like totally fine. Or it may come in a couple days, and you're super excited about it. But if there's things that you're struggling in, or you're kind of having difficulty getting anything beyond like a tennis ball or a ladder type experiment, this is what I recommend doing, is saying, okay, I know that I've got these beliefs here. Be honest with yourself about tracing those back, whether it's about money, a loved one, if you're like looking for a specific person, if you're struggling with that, whatever it is, your health, wealth, whatever, and start to like really pay attention to your thoughts and become very careful about the way that you're doing this so that it doesn't become obsessive. I struggled with that a little bit a few years ago, where I almost was like so upset with myself for having thoughts that I thought were going to not be in alignment with what I wanted or with my end goal, that I would kind of beat myself up a little bit. And instead, what I did was start to become curious, right? And I've talked about this here a lot already, but I started to really dig into my curiosity about myself. Why do I feel this way? What is the belief that is truly like underneath this feeling, that I continue to go back to, so that I can start to dig in deeper on that? And there's ways to do that, and a big way to do that is start recognizing your small wins. So if you are looking for more like luck in your life, start calling out the things that are lucky, whether it's that, you found $1, or you got the awesome parking spot, or even, things beyond that. Somebody said something nice to you. It's like a wonderful compliment. But start to really address these small wins, and it will begin to shift the way that your mind is thinking, and you'll be giving yourself a reward. So in a habit loop, there's kind of two different ways to look at a habit loop. You have a cue, which is saying, here's the start, right? And then you have, James Clear says you have a craving, where it's like, okay, so I know that at this time of day, I usually do this. So now my cravings start. Like I'll use a cookie. 3 p.m., I usually go grab a cookie. So then you start getting the craving. Oh, I really want that cookie, every day at 3 p.m. And then you'll go into your routine, and that routine is to get up and go get that cookie wherever it might be for you. And then you have a reward because you're fulfilling that either small hit, you're getting your sweet tooth, whatever it is, you're getting that reward. Well, when you start to pay attention to the small wins, you're actually setting up new rewards. When you set up new rewards within this routine, you're then setting up a new craving because you're always looking for the reward. Whether you realize that or not, we are designed that we're always looking for what that reward is. So we have a cue and the reward. Those are like I'm going to do this and this is what I got for it and it felt good and I like it and that's what I want. And even things that are bad habits will have a reward for you. Over binge eating is going to have the reward of how you feel in that moment. Long term, you may not feel good, but you do get a hit of feeling good when you are doing that habit. Smoking, same thing, really bad for you in the long run, but man, when you first start that smoking, you pick up that cigarette, that feels good because you're getting the nicotine in that your body craves. So you're always kind of resetting up these cues that lead you into a craving, into a routine, and then into your reward of whatever this is happening for you. And these can also be psychological. So if you're looking for like a specific person and you're in kind of a struggle, and let's say every night when you get home, you're reminded that you're by yourself, and so that triggers you to miss them and want to hear from them. So you pick up your phone and you don't hear from them. So you open Instagram and you go find to see what they're doing and spy on them. Well, now you're getting the reward of like seeing what they're doing. You're seeing this person that you care about, but that's a short-term reward, not a long-term. So we're going to start really focusing on these small wins. So maybe instead you get home and you're feeling lonely and you say, you know what? No, I'm going to actually go outside for a walk. I'm going to pick up a new hobby. I'm going to call a friend. I'm going to do pretty much anything else to give myself a different reward. And so, or even the same reward, but with a different routine, and you keep interrupting that and you give yourself small wins for that. So then maybe one day after a week of doing that, you come home and you're sitting and, maybe you're working on your knitting or whatever it is, a hobby that you picked up, and you say, holy crap, I've done it. I did this evening. It didn't even occur to me to go stalk their social media. Pat on the back for me. And give yourself mental pats on the back. Tell yourself something nice. Congratulate yourself for doing that. Give yourself this small win. And you'll start to see it kind of come more into your life. It's a really good thing to do. So that is kind of what I wanted to go over today. I have a lot more content coming up. I am super excited also to say that I have launched a free 14-day course. It is completely free. I'm actually going to pick 5 people who sign up for the course no later than midnight on August 20th. That's midnight Mountain Time. I'm here in Colorado. And so sign up for that course by the 20th. We're going to kick it off on August 21st. You will get email content and you will get video content. For 5 people who sign up by that deadline that I just said, I'm actually going to do free 30-minute coaching sessions so that you and I can get on the phone on a Zoom call and talk about kind of your specific things, maybe, really whatever you kind of want to go over, whether it's habit loops or, reviewing some Neville stuff that you've kind of struggled with or are not clear on, etc. I'm totally game. So there's going to be 5 people that are randomly selected for that. So I will put the link for that down below. You can find it on my website, ceciliahendricks.com. And there's a link up top in the menu, the free 14-day course. So I'm super excited about it. I hope that you are too. Please go sign up if you'd like to join me. We're going to kick off on August 22nd, August 21st. Don't listen to the 22nd. I messed that up. August 21st, kicking off. And if you are liking my content, please definitely subscribe. It helps me out quite a bit. And I love to see getting new subscribers, and I hope to see you soon.